And welcome back to an exciting, hot episode of The Careful Boys.
3 minutes ago, this was tweeted.
3 minutes ago, this just got tweeted, and this video, so 3 months ago, this happened.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we're on it.
Elon
Breaking
Musk
news.
says on Twitter, time to drop the really big bomb. That real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public.
Wow!
Have a nice day, DJT.
Whoa!
That is hot. That's a hot tweet.
Hot off the press.
You know, hot tweet.
I thought it was. Did you see that coming though?
That's a shot.
Did you feel like you were like, oh,
I thought that something was off already when Elon was criticizing the whole bill, and then he was like, wait, why did I do all this work with Doge if now you guys want to spend all this more money and now we're going to be in the worst position with debt?
Wait, what's that story? What is that?
There's a huge bill right now being passed. It just passed the House. Now they're adjusting it in the Senate.
And nobody blocked it.
Yeah, well, it passed by one vote.
Yeah.
The bill exactly? What?
But the bill it raises the debt ceiling by $10 trillion.
There's more spending.
Yeah, over the next
then-
couple years, and there's way more spending, and they cut a lot of stuff, but a lot of it was like Medicaid, like things were already going to, it was like going to be increased anyway, and they took that increase out, so that's considered a cut, right? So they cut some stuff in Medicaid, they cut like a bunch of different from random, government programs, and they also claim that they're going to be doing tariffs within this bill. Like you have to do a certain percent of business with the United States. If you're going to work with us, you have to import a certain amount of our stuff, shit like that. So no tax on tips is in there.
Yeah.
But Elon's pissed about the spending. But a lot of people think that Elon's only pissed about the carbon credits because they're taking all that out, right? So like EVs right now, if you buy an EV, you get like a tax break because you're buying an EV. Well, they're removing all that.
wow.
And so Elon's, that affects his business directly, right?
Yeah.
There's been a heavy incentive to purchase electric because of that.
Right. And then so they're doing that, but also raising the amount that they can spend.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing for our lifetimes.
Yeah.
By how much?
$10 trillion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Trump just tweeted last night, he's talking about getting rid of the debt ceiling altogether.
But I don't know how.
Well, they would need to work with the Democrats on that if they need 60 votes for that, or they could do it through what's called reconciliation, where they just pass it through the Senate with 50 Senate votes.
So both the Democrats and Republicans were for the debt ceiling being raised?
They always are.
But they also blocked.
I just wanted to make that clear.
They always are.
But for everything that Doge found, and then like they're about to like nobody was actually for that either.
Well, they're not.
For what?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, when they're trying to they're trying to backtrack on all the firing and all this stuff that they actually, when they were cleaning it up, like they were blocking Doge from actually getting it.
A lot of times,
everything that Doge was trying to do, they basically like.
Well, they didn't codify any of it into law, right?
Yeah.
Which means that the next president can just come in and, using executive order, bring all this
Get right back to it. Yeah.
USAID, all that stuff. So the idea that a lot of Republicans are hella pissed because they're not passing it, making sure that you codify this stuff. It's no different than, remember when Roe v. Wade got taken out, right? And Democrats for years had House, Senate, like president, they never codified Roe v. Wade, right? So it was always going to be up to the Supreme Court decision. And
They just use it as precedence.
and instead of passing a law that made Roe v. Wade law of the land, they were only using this Supreme Court judgment, and that's why it got taken out, because you have a new Supreme Court, a bunch of new justices, a bunch of right-wing justices, they got rid of it. And so people were pissed at Democrats for not codifying Roe v. Wade, and they should be. And people are now pissed, people on the right are pissed at Republicans for not codifying all these cuts.
Wow.
Same idea.
So then that's
It means it's not real.
Is that why Elon flipped on Trump?
Elon's flipping on Trump right now because Trump basically just came out and said that Elon is wrong to oppose this huge bill, and Elon's been ramping.
Elon's calling it the big ugly spending bill.
And that's the first time that they've ever been at odds since they started working together?
Since they started working together, yeah.
Whoa, weird.
But if you remember, before they worked together, Elon and Trump were at odds then. Like back before Elon joined Trump's campaign, for like last Trump presidency, Elon and Trump were at odds over a lot of, EV stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then Trump tweeted this earlier today, I think. He said, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy.
Crazy all caps.
Yeah, so that's what, and then...
It's funny because like a week ago, these guys are saying, they're saying Elon can come back whenever he wants. Oh, Elon's the best. He's my best friend. All this shit.
Now, what's the real deal?
All you have to do is turn on Trump once, and he's just gonna blow you up.
And then Elon responded to that by saying, "Such an obvious lie, so sad." And then he proceeds to eventually tweet that time to drop the really big bomb.
And now he's just crashing out.
That's fucking crazy, though.
Yeah.
And then he replied to himself 19 seconds ago, "Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out."
Whoa.
Damn.
What a bomb.
Dude, but they're never gonna release his Epstein shit.
I think they will.
How long's it been?
You think they're gonna release it? I don't think that. Look, they didn't release JFK.
JFK is the perfect example.
You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be another bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be just
They
another
do this all the time.
batch of files, bunch of bullshit nobody cares about.
I think it'll take like a Julian Assange level of shit to take anything outside of that.
I don't think we'll ever get our government back. I really don't.
It's donezo.
It's just completely corrupt from top to bottom.
Why would they stop? What's the incentive for them to stop?
Correct.
Who was that girl that they put on this whole thing, and then she was gonna actually do it, and then she kept saying, "I'll do it next week." And
Pam
then-
Bondi.
Yeah.
The AG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how Patel was like, Cash Patel was talking about all this shit. Like once he gets in, he's gonna fucking clean a house. And then he goes, "Oh, I actually think Epstein killed himself." Everything flipped. Everything changed. They talk so fucking bold.
And they're
man.
talking about how there's videos now of Epstein, you know, not killing himself, but they're like, I know Epstein killed himself. Why do you know that? Oh, because there's a video. And they're like, by the way, it's not a great video, but there's video of like the hallway, and you can tell that nobody went into his cell, so therefore he killed himself. Like they're doing that to us now. So.
Then show us.
But that's it.
Right?
That's all we want.
dude.
By the way, and then you got fucking Dan Bongino on Fox News being like, I saw the file. That's what's up. It's like, cool, release the fucking file then. Release it, asshole. Like, release the shit.
Yeah. Why is it only a few people?
We have the news. Don't worry. It's like when Bill Barr was in there, right? Like the former Attorney General, and he's like, I saw the whole file. Trust me.
Trust me, it's
They always do that.
good.
Trust me, shit.
It's not hard to believe that Trump was in the Epstein files either.
Yeah, he was in a lot of those.
Who wasn't? Like,
Well, but
was it Eddie Griffin or like all these like random people?
Undercover brother?
Yeah, Chris, yeah. But it was just random actors and shit.
But it's like people on both sides. They were
Yeah.
just-
We've already seen Trump's name on the flight logs, so this isn't like breaking news. It's just crazy that Elon's harping on it.
yeah.
I mean, he's going off. Like an hour ago, Elon on Twitter also was reposting Trump's tweets from 2013, saying things like, "I cannot believe the Republicans are extending the debt ceiling. I am a Republican and I am embarrassed." And he responds to that from back in 2013. Wise words. Another one,
Yeah,
Trump wrote,
he's
"No
quote
member of Congress should be eligible for re-election if our country's budget is not balanced.
That's the
Deficit's not
truth.
allowed."
Yeah.
So he responded that back in 2012, 100. I couldn't agree more. And so Elon reposted those receipts and said, "Where's the man who wrote these words? Was he replaced by a body double?"
Funny because of the Biden stuff.
Yeah.
Because Trump claimed that Biden was replaced by a body double.
So he's full on. They're both just
They're
full
going
on
after each
right
other.
now.
Billionaire war, finally.
Yeah. I saw that one interview where they're asking Elon, they're like, "Would you ever donate to the Republican Party again?" He was like, "Never, never again." And
After this,
yeah, and he had a look at his eyes. He was like, "I'm never gonna do that again." He looked very upset with how everything's been playing out.
I'm wondering what the real like pivot is, because like it's not until they get into office or start playing the game where I don't know, the knife goes behind their back and then they're like, okay, well I better pivot what I'm saying. I'm wondering what happens in there that makes them change the tone. Makes them change, you know, like how are they compromised?
I mean, the joke has been for years that they show you an angle of JFK getting his head blown off that you've never seen before.
And then they go, we could do that to you.
Want to work with us?
Yep.
Like that kind of shit. That's
'Cause
always
apparently-
been a joke. Nobody knows that that's what happens.
The conspiracy is that it's just all taken over by the CIA. So like, you know about Operation Paperclip?
Yes.
So Operation Paperclip is when we took the best and brightest of Nazi scientists and
Werner von Braun.
and then there's the people who started the CIA program were also I think former Gestapo or like Nazi spies and stuff like that, and they're like, you guys have really good methods, teach us. But what ended up happening is they took over the government over time because they don't have term limits. Like presidents and politics, they can be out tomorrow, right? But then like all of these secret agent top guys, like they could be there for decades. And then they started propping their own guys like Bush Sr. He was a CIA director or something. He was a top CIA dude. And then now they're saying like, yeah, everyone who's somebody in politics, they have some ties to the CIA. Yeah. Like they either were an agent or whatever, and then they, they say, oh, I was former military or whatever, but when you look deeper, it's actually CIA.
Oh.
Yeah. And then so they're approved by the CIA to be a politician, and they're just the mouthpiece.
By the way, that's just politicians. There are celebrities too who are CIA assets.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it goes.
Is it
all the way up
confirmed
now.
though?
I mean,
Yeah.
they've declassified previous celebrities in the past.
Who are some in the past?
Oh, dude, one that came out recently was tripped me out. It was Mike Myers. And it was funny.
I just heard that.
Austin Powers.
Way.
It's Austin Powers, CIA, acting like CIA.
He's Canadian.
Sense, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
He's not even American, huh?
What would they have him do?
Well, some of it is just CIA assets, right? So assets different from an actual agent. So agent, you go through the school, you become employed. A CIA asset is like an informant or someone.
CI, right? Confidential informant.
Yeah.
So like,
So they need something, and he's the guy
yeah.
that just
And-
happens
and
to.
like you're a connected person, so you could talk to rich people all over the world.
He's in rooms that other people aren't in rooms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hey, what happened in that room? What were they talking about? Like that kind of thing. It could be that simple.
You think Dennis Rodman's a fucking...
Oh fuck yeah, for us.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Goes over to hang out with Kim
Hangs with the
Jong-un.
orcs, dude.
Like, what's going on over here?
He's a sick asset.
That's a great
I
asset.
love Dennis Rodman.
I mean, he's pretty insane though, dude. You see his interviews?
But that's probably to his benefit that people think he's insane.
Oh, that would be the best mask.
yeah.
Probably the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, they just like brush off whatever he does.
What was that movie he was in?
Double team.
Space Jam.
Double Team.
Space Jam.
Double Team's amazing.
Now, even ironically, that thing's hard to get through. So much random exposition.
Yeah, but I'm wondering what it is that gets all of these powerful people to go, actually, I don't want to fight. I'm with you guys.
That's the magic question. What's going to be funny as a result of Elon's crashing out on Trump right now is now both the right and the left are going to hate Tesla. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's okay.
Everybody's going to hate Tesla now because this will not separate Trumpers from Trump. They're going to have Trump's back. Now they're going to hate Elon.
They could have a video of Trump boning like teenagers. They're gonna be like, well, who cares?
The right and the left. They'll call it AI. They'll call it AI.
Yeah.
The right and the left are going to hate Tesla equally, dude.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to sell your Tesla for anything but a pack of gum.
What is that, Ken? Oh, cool.
Mr. Elon.
Nice.
Realistically, though, as long as I got my EV tax credit, I'm good.
Yeah,
You think though the left will take back Elon now that he's going up against Trump?
No.
I think some might.
It could happen.
Yeah, I think some
It
might.
could happen. I've already seen Democrats quote tweeting him like harshing on the Trump bill.
Because I think the Trump derangement people, anybody that says anything negative about Trump, they'll be like, welcome back, buddy.
Remember when what's his cat, the fucking guy, Jersey Cat, who was the press secretary last time? He came out against Trump, like, because he was press secretary for like 9 days, and then Trump fired him. And then all he does now is goes on CNBC, CNN, MSNBC, and just shits on Trump the whole time. And they love him. Like he's on Cameo doing like, hey, fuck Trump shout-outs, by the way, happy birthday. But he worked in the White House for Trump. He was the president. Anthony Scaramucci's his name.
Yeah.
Scaramouche.
Terrible first name.
Scaramouche, canyo to the fandango.
But the mooch, right, they call him. And he worked at the White House for like 9 days, and then he started crashing out against Trump once he got fired, and that was so he got big old hugs from the left. He made a whole career out of it.
Damn.
Elon might make a comeback.
So that might be, you might be right about that.
Yeah. And what if Elon's doing this because he's like, well, I don't know, anybody that's in the presidency, I feel like gets hated eventually.
Always.
You're in there long enough, they're gonna hate you. So what if it's like a move too? That's like he has to distance himself
Before the hate.
Yeah.
I just think the narratives seem like really awkward is all. Because, like, for example, what Trump's saying is like, he's saying things like, I would have won Pennsylvania regardless of Elon. I'm very disappointed with Elon. He knew this bill better than anyone, and he only developed a problem when he found out I would cut the EV credits, basically, right? But Elon literally is.
He just tweeted, "I don't care if you get rid of him or not."
He said in a Forbes interview in 2021, he's like, I think we should get rid of all EV incentives. Wow. He's like, we don't need them.
Good thing for you, it didn't, huh?
Good thing for me,
Yeah,
it didn't. But the point is,
I didn't know that.
he literally Forbes interview and
Damn.
right here in 2021 on the federal budget, you can't just spend $3 trillion more than you earn every year and don't expect something bad to happen. Something's got to give. And he talks about getting rid of the EV incentives.
I saw him tweet that today. I didn't know he talked about it before.
No, he's talked about it for a
believe
while.
you. I believe you.
Right here too. We should get rid of all credits.
I'll get rid of all credits.
Yeah, this is in 2021
yeah,
now.
Yep. Word.
So I mean, it's just interesting that obviously Trump's just spinning this narrative that he's like, dude,
Yep.
he only has a problem because it's going to affect his business. But he's like, Elon's literally been backing Trump, and that affected his business
Yeah.
by
Majorly.
so
That
much
is so
already.
true.
Like he's not in it for the money. If anything, he got fucked for trying to do like quote unquote what was right. So I do think people might like Elon again.
They're back,
Yeah.
dude.
It's like, oh, he's got the sense knocked back.
He came back to his senses.
You know, because what it seems like too is he just genuinely wants to clean up the deficit, the corruption, all that, and the finances. And then it's like he's mad about it because the debt is now going to be raised. So now people can be like, oh, he's sticking to his story. And
You know what I think?
what?
I voted for Trump. I think Elon did a Nazi wave.
Now,
I think it was actually.
a couple videos ago that you said no.
No, I'm starting to remember it a little differently now.
Do you think Elon has presidency within his long game?
Maybe.
He can't. He's from South Africa.
Oh, that's right.
Actually, I do think he has.
He bought one instead.
I think he's got presidency of Mars in his long game.
Whoa.
He won't be alive then.
Better pass a law that nobody, unless they're born American, can be president of Mars. You better do that ASAP.
Only South Africans.
For some reason, I thought he was a U.S. citizen that grew up in South Africa.
Oh,
Really?
Maybe, I thought he's South African, born and bred.
No, you're probably right, but I made that up in my mind.
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. I make up a lot of shit.
I guess that's way better than actually being the president, is if you're just fucking.
Well, that's what Obama always dreamed of, right? Like, he was talking to, I think it was one of the shitty night shows hosts, and they were saying, like, you know, what if you could just keep being president?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, the ideal thing for me to be president would be I don't have to do the day-to-day shit. I can just have somebody in there that I'm basically telling what to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
president by proxy like Biden.
And then Joe Biden came in.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Pretty great.